Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about friend.tech, everything you need to know about it, how you can be eligible for the airdrop, any potential alpha there is, any telegram bots and statistics websites that you might want, and lastly I'll just talk about my personal thoughts and if I joined etc and what I think about the platform. So first of all, what is friends.tech? It's a new social fi just means social finance. It's a new social fi platform where people can basically speculate on influencers or other people's popularity and influence. So basically what it is, people have shares, or now they call it keys. On You link your Twitter and then you can buy your own shares or keys and you can buy other people's keys, right? So that's basically what the platform is. It recently launched on base network, which obviously has a lot of hype, so naturally just gave it a lot of popularity. And then the actual concept is quite interesting also, that hasn't been done before. There's been similar things but not exactly in this manner, and so it's created quite a lot of hype. So that's basically what friends tech is. Here there's an article by Wu Blockchain. I won't go through all of these stuff because obviously the video will go so long, but I'll leave the link in the description. It's quite interesting. Brian Armstrong, he recently tweeted about friends tech as well. Obviously he's the co-founder of Coinbase, and he's basically said how Base has hit 16 transactions per second yesterday from when this tweet was, right, on the 21st of 3rd August, and lots due to friends tech. So it just goes to show that one DApp or one app can actually make such a big difference. And obviously we know that he's very close to the project as well, because he's co-founder of Coinbase, which is what's his name? I forgot his name, but basically Fred Ersham. Yeah, Fred Ersham. He left Coinbase to make another fund called Paradigm, and Paradigm has invested on in friend.tech. So obviously he knows a lot about it. He's been probably told beforehand about the project, etc. So yeah, so that's very interesting. Now I'll talk a bit more about Paradigm in a second. Here you got a post by two Lambos that I found quite interesting. He basically explains what friend.tech is, etc. And then here you got Kaiga, also some good threads on how friends.tech, what it is and what it's about. Here you got interesting statistic by Spot on Chain, and they basically talk about how much money friends.tech has basically generated. And what I find interesting is when you sign up, they basically say 5% of the fees you get, and 5% goes to the I think 50%. They say 50% of the fees you get, 50% of the fees goes to the friends.tech. But what happens to the actual money that people used to buy? If they're just splitting the fees, that means they're generating tons of money with the actual money. If someone buys your share, right, you should get that reward, or at least a percentage of it, not just the fee, right? So for example, someone buys 1 ETH of my share is not that big, and I'll talk more about that later. But if someone bought my share, I'd assume I should get a percentage of that, right? Not just a fee. So that's something that I'm a bit confused over. And also, if someone can explain in the description, I'd appreciate it. And also, it's the fees are actually not that expensive. They're not that much, especially nowadays anyway. So people are actually getting very less, and you're given all that just to be able to. So when you buy someone's share, basically unlocks their DM. So what like, if they don't want to talk to you, they won't want to talk to you regardless of if you bought the share or not, right? So I mean, if they want to talk to you, they can talk to you on Twitter. So I'm not really getting it. I mean, obviously it's a benefit for you that your DMs are unlocked, but DMs are only as good if the other person wants to chat to you, right? You can DM it whoever you want on Instagram. You can DM people on, you can DM whoever you want, but if they're not willing to talk to you, and the incentive of just giving a bit of fee, I don't think that's high enough incentive. But anyway, obviously the app's new, so that's just something I wanted to mention. And here you got Kaiga's thread explaining how the actual price and supply works. Like I said, I'm not going to go over all of these threads, but there's an interesting threads that you might find. I'll put in the description. Anyway, so next part I want to talk about the airdrop and the bots and all the websites that give you analytics and potential alpha if you want to buy some of these keys early or the shares early. So this is why people are speculating that there's going to be airdrop. Number one, even in the actual app they do mention airdrop, and I think they're referring to points then. But obviously there's a big speculation around Paradigm, because Paradigm traditionally has invested in a lot of projects that have done airdrops like Uniswap, etc. The list goes on. So that's why a lot of people do speculate that there will be an airdrop for this project. So what do you actually need to do to be eligible for the airdrop? So number one, I would say, just once you sign up, just obviously share your invite links. Everyone gets invite links, so share the invite links. You might want to basically just do everything that you can do on the app right now. So you can sign up, share your invite links, DM, like buy people's shares, buy your own shares, DM people, try to be active on the app, and obviously as new features roll out, you might want to interact with them. So there's not really too much you can do right now anyway. So that's that. So that's how you'd be eligible for the airdrop. There's no tutorial or anything I can do because this is a phone app. It's not on desktop. So here you have some analytical tools. So there's Parsec, there's Dune, there's a Dune dashboard. There's like really interesting stats. Obviously, you can see a lot of few days ago was a lot of hype right around the project. And then here you have a tool made by 0x Friend, where they're basically going to try to make a Telegram bot that allows you, Telegram app you can call it, where you can buy and sell these shares or keys. So here I'll just share some of the interesting websites. So friend.tech.info basically just shows you interesting analytics about the users and the top people on the platform. Kobe used to be top, like when I checked 2 days ago. Now it's 0x Racer. That's quite interesting. Here you got FriendMix. FriendMix is basically a play on BitMEX, which is obviously another big exchange, and basically it's just an exchange for these shares, or what you can call it, keys. Here you have even CoinGecko, which is obviously one of the most prestigious, prominent websites for tracking, etc., on different coins. They've actually listed it as a category as well, so that's quite interesting. So here I just want to talk about a few bots that might actually help you to actually give you alpha. So this one is a new friends tech listing. So you can basically get a notification. I will tell you every time there's a new friend, etc. Sometimes it could be like you can get into shares of people that are very early. So keep that in mind. Then you have this one, new friend tech helper bot. A friend tech helper bot is everything you need to maximize your profit, etc. Blah blah blah. I personally haven't used these, but I've seen a few people vouch for these, so hence why I'm sharing them. Obviously you want to use burner wallets, etc. But yeah, these bots are definitely interesting. And then there's another bot here. So these are a few bots that I found quite interesting. Now I just want to talk about my summary and what I think about the project overall, and after using it, what I think about it. So this tweet, actually I kind of resonate with this tweet. It's a bit harsh, or you might call it a bit dull or pessimistic, but it actually does resonate with me. It says FriendTech is sketchy, side-loaded, buggy app with dark UX patterns that demonstrate how broken crypto onboarding still is, has no purpose besides degen speculation, and is driving short-term engagement from airdrop farming. You know, he's got a point, honestly. Like a lot of people, because of the airdrop, they're just trying to farm it, game it, whatnot. And obviously because of the connecting the Twitter account, there's a lot of that resistance there. But how many of these people would actually use this without potential airdrop, right? That's what you got to think about. And the UI UX isn't particularly, yeah, you can sideload it, etc. So you don't have to go to App Store, whatnot. But the app, it doesn't look like the most polished site out there. But then he goes and clarifies as well in these 280 characters, which I'm not going to read. But basically he does, I resonate with this as well, what he's saying. Like he's happy with the innovation, but we need to do more as an industry. So that's literally what I think about. You can read this tweet, and I really like how he's worded everything. And obviously he's got a lot of people's attention with the first tweet. So that's basically what I think about it. Now me personally, I have joined the platform. I'm going to share my invite links. I think I shared it with a few people already, but I'm going to share it in my Telegram chat. So if you're interested in that, you can go there and ask me, or if I've already posted, you can click on one of those links. And I don't recommend people buying my shares, guys. I'll just be honest with you. Like as much as I'd probably want the fee, whatnot, but I'm very high on ethics. So I'm telling you right now, if you buy it, don't expect anything, because I'm not planning on being big on the platform, whatnot. Now obviously you might want to speculate and buy it because you might think other people are going to buy it. That's completely up to you. But yeah, my shares, like I said, I'm very making it very clear that if you buy my shares and expect something off me for that, you have yourself to blame. Like you're just deceiving yourself, basically. Here is just something interesting I found in the early days, the last few days ago, where the Banteg is very high caliber. Alright, yeah. So another interesting thing is this tweet by Banteg, where he basically says this tweet where 101,000 people's database basically being leaked, but then a few other people picked up on it. The blog wrote an article, and then there was basically a clarification. He later deleted this GitHub link, and so the Ignis made this tweet, and then the blog actually rewrote or changed their thing. Instead of saying it's what leaked, they said that you can scrape the data off the API, which basically friend.tech actually mentioned as well, that this is just someone scraping our public API, etc. So that's just something that happened. Just I just thought it's worth mentioning at least. And then lastly, there's this tweet by nix.eth, and he basically talks about how the same team launched another project and they basically kind of rug pulled or they disappeared. So that's also something that I thought worth mentioning to you guys. So just just keep that in mind. And lastly, Liveation News, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but basically they do YouTube channels, or they got a Telegram channel, and they basically said that Blockworks, the way they shared this article was saying that soon after this article was released, friend.tech changed their name, changed their from calling it shares to keys, and I found that quite interesting as well. So actually, they shouldn't have called it shares in the first place, honestly, because that's just just kind of reeks asking for regulatory scrutiny. Anyway, so that's kind of my thoughts on it, guys. Overall, I think the project has just gone like to overdrive, like very short term. We're gonna have to see. I'm basically cautiously optimistic, and I'll see what happens with the project. But like I said, I do find it interesting. I find it quite novel, etc. But I wouldn't get too excited over it, especially buying these shares or keys for like $1,000, 1 ETH, 2 ETH. Some of them are going for, to be able to DM them, and they might not even reply to you, right? So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.